Right, here we are. TS55, same as the old saw, but it's not, is it? No, because it's got an FEBQ on the end there.
F is new, yes.
F is new, yeah, indeed. But it looks much the same. It's still the the tried and tested, top of its game, TS55, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, tell me, Alan, what's going on? Why's it got a F in the description?
It is so much faster, and the reason why it's so much faster is we've got a thinner curved blade on it, the 1.8. So the original has always stayed 2.2 just to keep the stability of a nice thick blade, because it gives you a lot of stability, especially if you're doing really thin trims on material. Sometimes on a thinner blade you can get a bit of deflection.
Okay.
So now we've got the technology to make that blade 1.8 millimeters, and it is, every time I use it I've got to stop and think, wow, it is so much faster. It's great.
Yeah, it is the proverbial knife through butter.
Exactly.
Hot knife through butter. Exactly, yeah. Okay, so somehow they've found a way of making these thin blades not deflect when they're doing like these little thin shaving cuts almost kind of thing.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So really, same machine, different blades. Must be a different boss holding the blade in, because thinner blade, if you put the old boss, there might be a bit of a gap and it would flop about a bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so what does that mean about old machines, new machines, old blade, new blade? Can you swap around, or is it just best to keep?
Great question. Because the old machines, the riving knife is still for a 2.2 blade.
Oh,
the riving knife is wider. So the riving knife is reduced on this to be able to follow behind the blade and protect from that kickback or timber pinching in.
Yeah.
So this is dedicated to the new saws, and it's still best to stick to the 2.2 on the old saws.
Okay, yeah, sure. Because if you put a 1.8 mil blade in the old machine, then the riving knife's just too fat to get in the groove.
It just won't follow.
No.
Your saw will just jab in.
Yeah, so it's not going to just new machines, new blades, old machines, old blades.
Exactly. But
they're all still available, so
Absolutely, but there is cross compatibility with the HK series of saws. So
okay.
If you've got the TS55 and the HK, then you can use exactly the same blades across it.
Brilliant, because they're all 1.8. Because the HK's always had its own separate range of 1.8 mil thick blades, hasn't it?
Yes.
So you can, great, okay. We've got the blades here, and we've got some in packaging as well, because the packaging has changed slightly. But they're all colour coded as they always have been. Blue for aluminium, red for laminates, Corian, yeah, that kind of thing. The green one, which is diamond, which is I think fibre cement.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. It's only got, what was it, 4 teeth on it or something? Yeah, I've never used one of those, so yeah. And then we got our range of wood blades. The regular 48 has gone down to a 42 tooth. Panther blade, really popular. It's ripping cuts in softwood.
Absolutely.
Good. Got my training, yeah. And very popular 28 tooth.
Great all-rounder.
Yeah, great all-rounder.
Really nice all-rounder.
Customers say it's great for doing the bottoms of doors with these.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
So yeah, 28 tooth. So yeah. So very similar, just thinner blades, all pictured here, all colour coded. You can tell them different to the old blades, because the old blades, I think they had like a coloured full circle on them.
Yes, these are half circle.
These are half circles, so they're easy to spot if you've got a new blade or an old blade. So yeah.
Yeah, but just one thing, I come across so many customers who love the original 48, now it's new 42, because that's what the saw comes with.
Yeah.
And they tend to use it for everything, and I come across so many customers who are using that beautiful 42 tooth, 48 tooth blade for cutting OSB, ply, even MDF.
Yeah.
But that blade is really focused towards your laminated kitchen worktops or your high gloss end panels.
Yes.
For when you need a really crisp, beautiful finish.
Yeah.
But if you're doing your ruffle work, your 28 is perfect. So use the cheaper 28 tooth blade for your OSBs and your pliers, and you're even cutting timbers and things.
Yeah.
And then you keep your slightly more expensive 42 tooth for when you really need that nice crisp finish.
Yeah.
So it's well worth investing a few more blades, initial outlay, but then it'll save you in the long term.
Yeah. Treat yourself to a range of blades, because then they'll probably last longer as well, because you're using the right blade for the right application. that kind of thing.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
we all know how quick it is to change a blade. Simple, fast fix lever, click into place, Allen key in the handle, blade off, blade on, away you go.
Job done.
It's just so easy, and all the tools you need to do it are on the machine.
Exactly.
So yeah,
Yeah.
brilliant, excellent. So yeah, the new TS55 FEBQ and blades.